It may very well be the greatest American film of the 1920s. It might be Chaplin's finest achievement during the silent era, and it's barely heard of. I mean, it's heard of, but you know it as that one drama Chaplin made where he didn't appear in it and there was no tramp character. It was just a straight drama film from Charlie Chaplin, and it's known for being. I don't know. Have people watched it? I just assume they haven't. Because as much acclaim as this film gets, and it will, it's a Chaplin film, it doesn't. I don't think it gets the acclaim it would get if people actually sat down and watched this picture. And not because it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's not that. Whilst this might have been seen as a innovative and uniquely literary narrative film for 1923, and very few in Hollywood had been attempting this. Griffith's productions were commercially haphazard. Instead, this holistic vision of a feature film really comes to arise with Chaplin, of all things. I mean, not just the slapstick comedy, but this kind of really considered narrative arc character drama. And it's not that you've never seen something like this before. You may be thinking, so what in regard to this film's premise, but it's that initial compositional beauty. It's that kind of, first in best dressed, this is how you do it sort of elegance, which A Woman of Paris contains within it. And I don't think any other drama afterward in the silent era or in film history can truly match that the initial sincerity of Chaplin's A Woman of Paris. There's a theatrical grandeur to even those Griffith films that are closer to A Woman in Paris' release, Broken Blossoms and Way Down East from 1919 and 1920, respectively. It's 20 or 21, I'm not certain, for Way Down East. But these films, they're these, female-led, heavy, intimate dramas, although there's a certain veneer of epic grandeur to even these films. In A Woman of Paris, you essentially get the origins of Jean Renoir's cinematographic philosophy, if you know what I mean. This idea of very elegant interior film staging, where you have your interiors are, it's like you really one up theater with the precision of what you can do within a frame, that eternal capturing for posterity. You don't have to worry about technological errors on the night. You have this one capturing of a moment, and then you're done. And then we can have these phenomenal visions of players interacting amongst a transformed environment, which are preserved for the rest of time. This sort of thing, which is what made Renoir and critics who are enamored of Renoir to realize if we are looking at film from a theatrical perspective, there's so much beauty that's accomplishable through merely the act of interior staging, forgetting actual photographic experimentation or technological playfulness or extensive outdoor location shooting. It's just a matter of photography 101. When Chaplin stated, "I'm going to compose an intimate drama film," it's because no one had done so before. And he created the model with which they are all prisoner to. I mean, willing prisoner to, because this is just a perfect formula of how to communicate the dynamics of intimate character drama taking place amongst staged interiors. It's absolutely spellbinding. In the long run, I consider this to be the most probably influential of Chaplin's films. The reason I would have the audacity to suggest that is, I think if you took this film out of history, I think film development would be hindered to some extent. I really, really do. To me, this is like if you took out the Phantom Carriage, and that's important actually. The Phantom Carriage, it's in the silent era especially, it was considered a bit intuitively obvious that films would not achieve what novels could. It was a silent era. I mean, how many intertitles did you want to include in a film, and how many words did we think it was appropriate to include in any given intertitle. But the Phantom Carriage made manifest this idea that not only could a silent film as we know it resemble the thematic onslaught that is a great novel, but it could be overwhelmingly filmic at the same time. I mean, The Phantom Carriage is the perfect example of this. I think A Woman in Paris is the American drama equivalent, frankly. The move from Griffithian drama, its transformation into something more intimate, real, and less delusions of epic, mass audience appeal grandeur, began with Charles Chaplin, of all people. Who would have guessed? So, why film as opposed to literature or theatre? Go view A Woman in Paris, that'll inform you why. If you don't get it, you don't get it.